Tonight, from Ford Field in Detroit, it's Week 7 of the NFL on EA Sports.
First opened in 2000. There's a look inside Ford Field here in downtown Detroit, the Motor City. Tonight we kick off Week 7 with a great Thursday night matchup here between the Baltimore Ravens and the Detroit Lions. We see Matthew Stafford, the one-time Georgia Bulldog, set to pilot the offense of the Detroit Lions.
And you and I both know that any win is a good win, and that's what they did last week. But there's also plenty for him to work on in his game, wasn't there?
Yeah.
2 touchdowns, an interception. Yeah, you know, he wants to increase that a little bit in terms of ratio. But first and foremost, they did win the game.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. The first carry now. This is Johnson. And that is the kind of tackling they want to see all game, as he'll lose yardage to start things out. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw. And the Raven pressure too much. Down he goes. Calais Campbell able to record his 5th sack of the season.
2 plays so far, a run and a pass attempt, and both have gone backwards.
Probably not how they drew that up.
Not at all.
Looking for a better play coming up on 3rd. After the sack, Stafford and the Lions come up on a 3rd and long situation. And he will not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's 4th down.
Marcus Peters on the coverage.
That's what you're going to need to do against those big receivers. You got to get in there and get physical with them. That time he got in close, got in tight, and knocked the ball away.
So a good punt there, but a very strong 14-yard return. And the Ravens, they'll take over. Jackson and the Ravens come up now 1st and 10 at their 38. Now Jackson. Oh, he's going to take a shot right away. And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee. A little too aggressive defensively, and the flag comes out.
And no one trying to cover is going to like a call going against them, but you have to like the effort there. Went for the interception, just unable to get it, and the flag did come out.
They go play action with Jackson. They'll buy some time right. And this is caught. Touchdown, Baltimore. Devin Duvernay, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Ravens have taken the early lead. Both sides of the football in sync early. You force the 3 and out, and then you take it down, score points.
You know what that tells me? They sold their game plan really well. Head coach said, listen, we're just going to stop them on 3 and out. We're going to take the ball downfield and score. But he also told them how it was going to happen. They're going to run this. We're going to stuff it. Then we're going to take the ball. They won't be able to keep up with us. And they got it done.
Justin Tucker to kick off for Baltimore.
Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. Fielded near the back of the end zone. And he'll just take a seat, and the drive will begin at the 25-yard line.
At their own 25.
Back onto the field come the Lions for their second overall drive.
And on the first drive, 3 and out. And I know that these are professional athletes, but I would imagine sometimes you get the nerves at the beginning of a game still, don't you?
Those don't ever go away. And typically what I've heard from guys and what I remember from playing, if you don't have nerves at the start of a game, it's not going to be a great day for you. You're not really ready to play. So finding a way to harness those nerves and not let them affect you in a negative way, that's what all the guys are looking for.
So quickly all the way up at the 40-yard line. From the gun, a run for Johnson. And they'll get to him after a gain of 7 to the 47.
33.
Charles, they won last week despite him not running the ball well. They told us need to get him going. Runs like that help.
And they talked to us about leaning on him because, as you noted, last week they didn't have to. Still won the ball game. They leaned on other people to give them the yardage that they needed. But they really want him to be that guy, and that's what they're doing early in this game.
Pressure gets to him and brings him down. Stafford is sacked. Calais Campbell in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year. After the sack, Stafford and the Lions come up on a 3rd and long situation. Throwing deep for Galladay. That's incomplete, but there is a flag down, so hang on. A big call coming on 3rd down. So instead of 4th down, 1st down.
Well, so much for winning the down you put a lot of emphasis on because 3rd down is key for offense and defense. Instead, you're going to stay on the field and start a new set of downs.
Faking the give to Johnson. Now it's Stafford. Complete to Jones. And he'll be brought down on the 30-yard line after a gain of 6. Charles, Thursday night game, I think a lot of teams probably say shrink the playbook somewhat. Is that correct?
I think you're right about that because you just don't have the amount of time that you have in a normal week to put in a full playbook. So, as you said, you shrink the playbook, pick out the plays that work best for you. You know what else you're looking for?
What's that?
Who are the freshest guys coming off the last game to play on a Thursday night? Guys have a little extra pep in their step. You go to them early and often.
They'll try and run for it. Here's Johnson. And boy, from up here, I don't think Johnson got there. No, he did not. They'll be marked inches short. No gain on the play, and that's going to lead them to 4th down.
All right, quick observation, Brandon, because early on in this game, I'm seeing linebackers playing with their noses close to the line of scrimmage.
And my guess is the wheels are turning on that other sideline. As a play caller, you're filing that away right now, aren't you?
Yeah, you're trying to find that opportunity later on when you can play action them or stick something to them between the 2nd and the 3rd level.
Here we go with Johnson. And he's going to get the 1st down here as he's taken down at the 22. Well, they deemed it 4-down territory, and they got 4 yards to pick up the 1st. Thought they might throw the football with a little chunk that they had remaining on 4th down, but they ran it. They got it.
And the reason they were able to get it done, he ran that play with conviction, didn't he? Understood he would get a little bit of help from his friends up front, but it was really on him to go ahead and make the power move and get it done, and that he did.
He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the first half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
On 2nd and 11 now. Stafford. And that'll be incomplete. We do have a penalty flag down, however. Let's see what that's about. So the pass incomplete in the end zone, but contact and pass interference.
And now where does the ball get placed?
At the 1-yard line.
1-yard line. They gave up excellent real estate on that one. That's going to work really, really well for the guys who threw it.
They'll run it with Johnson. And he's going to take it in for a Lion touchdown. Kerryon Johnson, his 5th touchdown now on the year. extra point away from tying this thing up. That almost looked too easy, and I think thanks goes to the offensive line for making it look easy.
Yeah, I agree with you totally on that one. I'm not sure how much everyone understands the preparations that go into a game for an offensive line, because there's a reason that running backs and quarterbacks give them big gifts at the end of the season after a big year. The consistency and the continuity it takes to know each other and execute their blocks is pretty impressive.
So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. That'll be taken about a yard deep. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23.
23-yard line.
Baltimore set to take over here for their second possession of the game. And they had to wait a long time to get the football back. Probably not what you were hoping for when you got an offense that's humming.
Agreed. What you were looking for is the defense getting the ball back pretty quick.
And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. They couldn't contain Deshaun Hand that time as he gets home for the sack.
It's second down.
Well, they're in some hot water now after that sack. It's second and 21. These two teams all tied after one.
You said you got 7 badges.
Now after that sack, it's second and 21. And just not a ton of room to work with. He'll get it to the 15 for a gain of 2.
The tackle by Gillette.
For the Lions, an extra DB in the game now here on third down.
And it's third down.
From the gun, it's Jackson. He's going to rifle one deep left side. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up fourth down.
And this is what you want to see from a defense. Give up an opening drive touchdown, that's fine. But how about them going back out there, recommitting themselves to the task at hand, and forcing
Two Madden games in, so I can play another game. Didn't play last night, ended up losing.
So out now come the Lions. The last possession, these guys were able to tie the game with a touchdown, and now they'll have a chance to move out in front.
Yeah, let's give a big assist to the defense who got the ball back. The special teams went out there, handled things. They've got it. They've got momentum. I know they're eager to get out there and put it on display.
The tackle made at the 47-yard line. 1 yard gain brings up second and 9.
On second down, Johnson. And he'll be brought down right at midfield after a gain of only a couple. Now it appears we've got an injured Raven down there on the field.
M13 is pretty steady.
We'll check on his status when we get back. The Ravens bring out an extra defensive back here on third. From the 50 at Stafford. He's got his man, T.J. Hawkinson. And he's able to get this one down to the 40-yard line. Stafford able to find Hawkinson for a Lion first down.
Nice job there of utilizing his big target. He didn't overthink it. Understands the catch radius. Understands that he knows how to use his body to keep defenders away from the ball. And puts it right out there for the nice pickup.
Stafford delivers this to Hawkinson. They'll contain him to just 4. Second down.
I don't care what sport you're playing. Everyone likes to build up a little momentum, don't they? And look at this, back-to-back completions to the big target at tight end.
That one not as profitable as the other, but still a decent game. Stafford going to give this one off to Johnson. And he still has yet to get on track in this first half as they're going to stop him behind the line. Now they're staring at a 3rd and 8. That last play backwards a yard.
This defense is really flown around in the first half. They've gotten to the ball carrier before they can really get started. Offense got to come up with something else in order to try and get this running game going.
Throwing on 3rd down, Stafford. Complete. It's Johnson. And he'll only get this to about the 35. Well short of the line to gain. That's going to bring up 4th down. Only a gain of 2 there.
That's a good job there by the corner. We do talk about this a lot, that a lot of corners see their job as simply covering receivers. Tackling isn't everyone's thing. But in this case, he came up quickly and made a nice, sure tackle.
Remains tied.
Now listen, now no kick from 50-plus is a gimme, but here you're indoors in a dome. You'd think ideal conditions.
Yeah, and it's one that he would expect himself to make, not just us expecting him to make it. Over the years, my theory is very simple. The athletic ability of kickers continues to get better and better. Check their backgrounds. They were all county, all state, at other positions, not just soccer players. These guys expect themselves to be great as well.
He's going to air one out. And that will be incomplete. Trying to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down. Coming up at the half, a reminder, we go back to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman and have a look back at our first half, as well as a look ahead to what's coming up. Under the Lions' pressure, he's brought down. The Lions will use the first of their timeouts. So as they take it over, we step aside. Here's Sam Cook now. As the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. So possession goes over here on the punt. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. Here's the Detroit offense now as they head back out onto the field. Last time out, they had that long 50-plus yard field goal that they missed.
And I'm sure on their sideline they're thinking to themselves, okay, do we still want to try one if we're in that position again? And I would dare say that the answer would be yes. They're going to have a lot of confidence in their kicker. But just to be on the safe side, I'm sure they told their offensive guys, can we get a little bit closer this time?
Closer.
Yeah, well, you know, I'd rather get in the end zone first and foremost. But if all else fails, less of a field goal attempt for him.
So they had the big loss on that first down pass play and facing a 2nd and long. From the gun, here's Stafford. And this is going to be caught, but they'll say out of bounds. So it's incomplete. And an incomplete pass. That'll stop the clock here with just under a minute to play in half number 1.
Partner, they're less than 2 minutes to go in the game, which means that this challenge was initiated by the fellas in New York.
And if you're the coach, you're thinking, thank you, New York. Now a 10th carry for Johnson. And he'll take this one up close to the 25-yard line. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 55 seconds to go until halftime. Here's Matt Bosher now as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. Terrific return there, 27 yards all told. And the Ravens set up well to begin their drive as it'll begin in enemy territory already. Throwing on first down, it's Jackson. And incomplete as he was knocked as he threw it. And it took the ball off course.
Quarterbacks work all the time on manipulating a defense with their eyes and their head movement. In this case, he just stared the receiver down. That allowed for excellent coverage, able to knock that one away.
Sliding out of the pocket. Catch is made by Marquise Brown. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. A gain there of 21 yards. So here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20. From the gun, Jackson. Flushed out right. And it's caught. And he'll be out of bounds. Another big gainer that time. This one goes for 19 yards. It's worth noting when you talk about Jackson's running ability, the Baltimore wide receivers had just over 1,400 receiving yards combined last year. And, Charles, that was the fewest yards by a wide receiver group in the NFL since 2000.
Got a man, it's caught for a Ravens touchdown.
Devin Duvernay
with his 2nd touchdown of the game, number 7 on the year. And the Ravens have taken the lead.
And that touchdown gives them a touchdown lead before they attempt the extra point. What a great way to end the half.
Yeah, great job to put themselves in front. And now, see on the sideline, special teams defense scrambling, saying we want to preserve this for the final moments of this 2nd quarter.
Fielded near the back of the end zone.
And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee and they'll bring the football out to the 25.
Back onto the field comes the offense. Let's take a closer look at Kerryon Johnson.
He's had a good chunk of carries. Problem is for very little success. I don't want to put it all on his shoulders, but that's a big reason they're losing right now.
Have to be very careful that he doesn't start pointing fingers. Offensive line obviously trying. The defense is doing a nice job against him today. When it's all said and done, it's all about the guy in the mirror. He has to get it done better going forward.
See if he can look and do some soul searching now. He completes it to Jones.
And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield.
The Lions quickly now going to use the last of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in this 1st half. On 1st down, it's Stafford. This one grabbed by A.J. Green. And they'll get this to the 30-yard line before crossing over out of bounds. A good pickup there, 21 yards. So even though it's 1st down, here's the field goal unit on now to try to get 3 before halftime. It'll come from the right hash. It's a 47-yard attempt. And this will split the uprights. It's right down the middle. And they'll cut the lead back down to 4 now at 14-10.
So a big play before the end of the half to get them into this spot, and they cash in with 3.
How about the 1-2 to the solar plexus on that one? The big play, the field goal. Not much time left on the clock. That's the way to go into the half.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. Time for a final kneel down or a safe run, and then they can head to the locker room with a lead.
Yeah, or they can even run a screen. You know, something they feel is somewhat safe that might actually pop and turn into a big play. That's what you usually run in this situation.
Or go 4 verticals because why not?
Because you're feeling it, right? You're just feeling it.
The 2nd half upon us sooner than we bargained for. Week 7, 2nd half. Let's do it.
Set to kick off.
And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
The Ravens take over 1st and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
So here are the Ravens to take over on offense. They lost 2 straight coming in, but good news for them right now. They've got the lead and the football. Jackson and the Ravens come up now 1st and 10 at their own 22. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. A gain of 11 to kick off the drive, and it's a quick 1st down. Well, I tell you, there is no antidote for speed, even at the quarterback position, as he keeps it himself and turns it into good yardage.
And it still takes time for a defender to react. Even as quarterbacks carry the ball more and more in today's NFL, they're still a little bit in disbelief and realize, oh my goodness, he's running with the ball. He may be 8, 10, 12 yards downfield at that point.
And incomplete, a drop there in the middle third of the field. That'll bring up 2nd down. Throwing again. Jackson. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Trey Flowers able to drop him that time for his 2nd sack of the evening.
That's his 2nd sack of the game, and the best defensive ends, they do their homework as much as offensive guys do. They know how to beat the offensive lineman across from them, what moves they need to do to set them up. This guy's been pretty good at it all game long.
He'll rifle and got his man complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before
across midfield. A real letdown defensively. That was third and a bundle, but they allow the conversion. So the line of scrimmage moves all the way across the 50 now as they come up 1st and 10. And they'll run on the inside handoff. A good run there on 1st down, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 2.
That's a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage.
Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked by Jeff Okuda. And the return here is stopped at the 35-yard line. So it was a drive that had real promise here to begin the 3rd quarter, but ultimately derailed by the INT.
And that was the position you wanted to be in. Coming out to start this 3rd quarter, get a nice drive going, looking for the end zone.
The throw for Galladay is going to be intercepted. Picked up by Marlon Humphrey. And it'll look to the races down the right side. And he will bring this back. It's a pick 6 and a Raven touchdown.
Justin Tucker.
It goes without saying, but I'm going to say it anyway. That's a ball he would like to have back, and it lands right in the lap of the defender from there. He doesn't have very far to go before he gets to the end zone, and he got there in a hurry.
Tucker with the extra point, and that makes it a 21-10 game. Well, we looked at each other right away. We knew that flag was coming out.
And I always enjoy the conversation post, because officials always tell you, I don't want to throw the flag, but you caused the play. You did it. I had to.
And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line.
25-yard line.
And Detroit getting set to go now. Stafford and the Lions now have it 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. And he'll drop here to throw. And he goes down. The Ravens able to get to him. Calais Campbell, he's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year. Great job defensively. I think he was trying to go through his progressions, find someone to get rid of the football. Before he knew it, he was on his back.
So that just brings us right back to what you said in the beginning. A great job defensively. Nowhere to go with the football. That led to the sack.
And he'll be brought down here at the 28. And it looks like a pickup of 6. That leaves him with 7 yards to go on 3rd down. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Out of the gun, Stafford. Pressure gets to him and brings him down. Stafford is sacked.
Well, how about that? A dime set on defense. 6 defensive backs. None of them blitz. They're just back there in coverage. Defensive lineman gets the sack.
That's where the O-line, they go to the sideline, they keep their helmets on so the cameras can't find them, right?
Yeah, the cameras can't find them, but I know one thing. The O-line coach will.
It's a 42-yard punt. They keep him to just a yard on the return. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. Now the Baltimore offense heading back out onto the field. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
Now a handoff here to his running back. 3 yards on the pickup. That's going to set up an interesting 3rd and about 4 to go.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain considering the blitz that they just had against them.
From the gun on 3rd down, Jackson. And he will find his man on the end route, complete. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. That'll put him at 96 yards receiving now for the game, and he's got a 1st down as well.
That is definitely what we call on defense an uh-oh play. And what you mean by that is against Lamar Jackson, when you see him out of the pocket, your first thought is, uh-oh, he's going to try and run it. How far get to him and get him on the ground? And guess what? That didn't happen, and his receivers took advantage.
Intended for Nick Boyle.
And this should be the final play before the quarter ends.
On the coverage.
And he'll give it here to his running back. He'll be hit down at the 33, 5 yards on the play. 1 quarter remains here in this Thursday night matchup.
the National Football League on EA Sports. The Ravens on third down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This will be 3rd and 5. Jackson from the shotgun. Escaping the pressure right. He may try and run for this. And he's out of bounds inside the 30. Lamar Jackson, such a threat with those legs, able to improvise and get the first.
And Brandon, this is the time of the game when Jackson can really take over.
I still got one more game after
legs
this.
A little bit tired. He's got him on the run.
Yeah, this defense looks gassed, and you're exactly right. Second half.
God damn it.
Intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need. Picked off by Will Harris. And they will take over at the 26-yard line. Stafford and the Lions now have it 1st and 10 at their own 26.
26-yard line.
After the interception, here's Stafford. Jones has it. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 15 yards is the pickup there, and the drive starting very nicely. 1st down. They need a touchdown, the 2-point conversion, and a field goal. Pretty good start to the drive, though.
Yeah, good start to the drive, but the urgency has to really be increased by both the players on the field and everyone on the sidelines. Got to make sure everyone is up and into this game.
He's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on 1st down.
A gain of 9.
Now that's staying ahead of the chains. Really good pickup on 1st down, hitting the tight end there. Now brings up a 2nd and manageable.
Just found a hole in that zone. Looking right sideline, but it's incomplete.
Pass. Incomplete on the throwaway. Brings up 3rd down and 1.
The Lions on 3rd down. They've had their troubles, just 1 for 6. They need just a yard here. It's 3rd and 1.
Oh, come
He's got
on.
his man here. It's Green. Touchdown, Detroit. A.J. Green. His 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Lions have got it back to a 1-score game. And correct me if I'm wrong, that was just a simple fly route, wasn't it?
No, there's nothing to correct at all. You've got it down pat. And I just remember as a player, when I'd be in practice sessions, I'd hear 9 from the receivers. That meant fly route, go. Uh-oh, look out. That was the 9, and he just kept going all the way into the end zone for the touchdown.
To kick off.
This will be fielded inside the 5. And a good effort on the return there. Gets him across the 30, up to the 33.
10 at their own 33-yard line.
Baltimore about ready to go on offense. Their lead back down to 1 score after the touchdown a moment ago. 1st down's a must on this drive as they start out here 1st and 10. That's far right side is complete here on the first play of the drive. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. An ideal beginning of the drive there as they'll get 20 and a 1st down. And to give this time to the tailback. And he'll get this down only to about the 46. Just a yard on the 1st down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. Offensively with the lead, you want to run the ball, keep the clock going, but you also want to still kind of be in attack mode too, right? So how do you do that and not come back on your heels?
Think about all the practices we've watched where they have that tempo period to go over things just like this, where they describe the scenario, tell you what they're looking for, and make sure that they're still attacking, yet at the same time not going so fast as to leave too much time on the clock.
Here we go, 3rd and 1. Gut check time on both sides. He can run for it, and he will. And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped. That's good for a Raven 1st down, 15 yards there. It looked like almost a miscommunication defensively because once he decided to keep it, he had pretty smooth sailing.
Yeah, it became a question of, wait a minute, who's got the quarterback? And when you talk about miscommunication, it's supposed to be called assignment football on the defensive side of the ball, but the assignment gets mixed up. That's the end result.
Devin Duvernay, the intended receiver, and that'll bring up 2nd down.
That's an excellent play by the defender. He diagnosed that one, closed quickly, and helped force the incompletion.
So after the incompletion, 2nd and 10 from the 22. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. And he's going to be brought down by the face mask. Here come the flags. This is going to get him a 1st down. Give them the yardage on the pass and half the distance to the goal line.
Because they're inside the 30, so now you don't march off the full 15, right? You have half the distance to the goal. In any event, that's precious real estate given up.
So now after the face mask penalty, here's first and goal. Jackson. The quick slant caught. And this is going to result in losing yardage. They're driven back to the 8-yard line. It'll go as a loss on the play. Not what you need down here. It's going to be second and goal. Eluding the pressure right. To the end zone, but it's incomplete. Devin Duvernay, the intended receiver. But now it's third and goal.
That was an interesting look there because as soon as he got outside the pocket, I thought he was going to take off and run for yardage. But what often happens now with these quarterbacks who can move, defenses want to try and keep bodies in front of them. And I think that discouraged him from taking off and made him try a pass downfield that fell incomplete.
Meanwhile, on third down, they take a shot at the end zone, but it's incomplete. So it's Raven football here as we welcome you back. They come up on an interesting decision here on fourth and goal. They'll roll him out right. And no, it's incomplete. They can't hook up here on the fourth down pass attempt, and the Lions will take over. So the defense has to stay out and get one more stop. They were able to do it, forcing the incompletion.
So on their record, that goes down as a successful play. Doesn't matter how they got there, how it happened. They got it done. They're the ones that are jubilant. As this old brain remembers, when I see 5 wide receivers on the field as a defender, I know the ball's coming out high. They expected it and got there and popped it free.
And now the throw pulled in by Green. And he works it across the 25 before being tackled. The catch and run, good for 18 and a first down. Catch is made by Hockenson, the tight end. And he's got this almost to the 40 before going out. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another first. Working the sideline there. Good route, good catch. First. Both teams working on short rest, but this has been one of the better Thursday night games we've seen as they come up here on 1st and 10. Stafford. That's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's second down.
And that's one of those plays where it's hard to keep 2 eyes on the football when you know the contact's coming, let alone getting 2 hands around it, hugging it to your body, and absorbing the hit. Even for those big tight ends who you would think could absorb that contact.
Stafford throws complete to Galladay. The Lions will use the first of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important third down. Back to throw. And he'll find Galladay. That's complete. And he has the first down yardage before they bring him down right at the 45. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another first down. Open man, he's got him, the tight end, Hockenson. It's a gain of 10 for the Lions and a first down. Throwing again is Stafford. Oh, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked off by the Pro Bowler, Marcus Peters. When you talk about making winning plays, that is a winning play at this stage of the game. To come up with that interception, huge.
I like how you identified that because most people think winning plays are the offense trying to get it done. In this case, nursing a lead, they found a way to make a play on that side of the ball and maybe finish things off.
A big gain there, and that should certainly be enough to put this one in the win column. Absolutely ideal there. Get a good size play, get out of bounds.
Well, you saw the coaching there. That is taught and it is emphasized. Get out of bounds, understand your situation, as well as just understanding the game.
He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. Pass incomplete, but the flag in the backfield, and this might be a roughing call. Personal foul at this stage in the fourth.
begins to flicker out, doesn't it?
Yep. The penalty moves him into the red zone here on 1st and 10. And they're going to take it all the way down and just take the delay.
Yeah.
He didn't even try to signal for a timeout, so they must have not been aware of the numbers.
I think he lost track of the time left in the play clock and probably was trying to read the defense.
Yeah, you only get gold shooting 0 perimeter lock.
Just lost track and it cost him.
Letting one go deep for the end zone. And that one is incomplete. It
You
stops
got
the clock.
Jedi
15
to
seconds remaining.
gold, and I don't know what the last one would be.
Incompletion for 2nd down. Jackson's going to throw it. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked by Jeff Okuda. And a return just out across the 15 to the 16-yard line.
Jackson's pass.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. So you're right there, but obviously the clock is not your friend. How do you handle this situation?
You're thinking 2 plays. One, to get yourself in position for the second one. Whether you're able to get into field goal range or you have to try another deep pass, another Hail Mary. But you're trying to get the first one to a receiver, get out of bounds, and give yourself a chance to set things up for an easier shot at it.
We'll see if they can do it. Might be easier said than done. Well, going into the final play of this game, they knew that they needed some type of a miracle there at the very end, but they couldn't get it done. However, we were treated to really a spectacular affair.
Even though they didn't finish it off, you're exactly right. They took us down to the last play. We're still. You were wondering, could it happen?